Men can only take so much. And that is not a criticism, because it's a survival instinct. And we really shouldn't blame them. But we are blaming you. We are blaming you for everything and punishing you for everything. Men are bad. Men always cheat. All of it. And it's not true. And I don't blame you. And I don't think anybody should blame you for giving up on us and walking away. And it's not your all's job to fix it. It's ours. So today, we're going to be talking about what's wrong with modern women? What is going on? And we're going to look at one of Replicant Fish's videos. And I'm going to help give the translation of the womanese and help explain to you what's going on in these situations. Welcome back to Far From Eden. Let me know in the comments, or especially if you're here in the chat, what questions you have, any further questions that I'm not answering. Also, hit like on the video, subscribe to the channel. Thank you guys for being here. All right, let's get started. Always like, buckle up, because here they come.
I saw this girl make a video and she was like, isn't it kind of funny? Like, I feel like having a boyfriend now is like lame and like shameful. And she was like, I feel like it used to be really cool.
She's right. And the reason why it's lame now is because, oh, you need a man. And the women who say that are the ones that don't have boyfriends because they couldn't get, the 8, 9, or 10 that they wanted. So they're going to be mad and shame all the ones that do have a boyfriend. That's kind of the way we interact with each other. I know y'all think it's like hive mind and we all band together in some kind of sisterhood, but that's actually not the reality. So we will shame back and forth for everything, except for nowadays, anything that's good.
They have lost the plot, haven't they? Completely lost the plot. Like, what is the narrative? What is the storyline? Do they think that they're the main character so much that their words mean nothing? Like, my God. There's a lot of talk about loneliness epidemics, aren't there? Isn't there? But when people say a lot of women keep other women single, it's like people don't understand it. They think you're talking crap, don't they? I hope you're focused and on your square.
I saw this girl make a video and she was like, isn't it kind of funny? Like, I feel like having a boyfriend now is like lame and like shameful. And she was like, I feel like it used to be really cool, but now it's like you meet a girl and you're like, oh, you'd be cooler if you like didn't have a boyfriend. Yeah. And I was like, I really do feel that way. Like when I meet a girl and she doesn't have a boyfriend, I am like, oh, like, yeah, that's cool. Like, you're cool. Like, I like that.
Wow. Again, we can talk trash about, there's a lot of crap men out there that treat women bad.
I think she's lying. Sorry. I think she's lying. I think she's saying whatever she's saying for the benefit of whoever she's talking to. I don't believe her. I think she thinks, this is going to break your brains, I think she thinks it's cool to not have a man because I don't need no man because I'm strong and independent. But I don't think she really believes that. I think women look at it as a status symbol to have a man. And I think it's ingrained in us. And I think they look at women who are alone and they can tell that they don't want to be as a failure. I'm sorry, I don't believe any of this. I think it's so cool that you don't have a boyfriend. That's like saying, you look good with a little bit of weight on you. No.
Okay, sure, whatever. But can we also acknowledge the amount of women who keep other women single? It's like they want other women to co-sign their BS, don't they? Good God. Yes. You can think a woman's cooler because she doesn't have a man. Oh, you don't have a knob in your life. That's why your life is better. Well, not according to Taylor Swift. Apparently she's got a song about her man's knob. My God.
And you know what's terrible is there are parents out in the world that are like, oh, Taylor Swift is wholesome. No. maybe her first song or second song, and not anymore. No. But yes, women are spazzing out over Taylor Swift appreciating her man in all the ways and looking forward to, being in that couple, what have you. Like even though that's not traditional, they're so angry. And you know why? The real reason, I will die on this hill. They're jealous. You probably suspect that, but they are jealous. They will never admit it, but they're jealous.
It's too much information. No one needs to know that.
You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, you're on your own, like, slay girl. And then,
Like, yes, independent. You don't
Yeah.
need shit.
Yeah, is until they realize no one's coming to save them. No one ever will. My God.
Slay girl.
Oh, hey, full disclosure.
Hey.
I'm making this video because I looked on TikTok analytics and it said that lots of people were searching for how to deal with loneliness. And I'm an expert on this.
I was just going to say, they say, oh, you don't have a boyfriend? Slay. Like, come on. You're crying in your car. You're crying at night, over your bottle of wine. We all know it. We all know it. We just don't say it. What we have strived for, what we tell ourselves we have earned, our freedom and everything, it's making us miserable. And we don't want to admit it because it's like, oh, we said we wanted this. And actually, it's not working out, but we'd be embarrassed to say, I've made a mistake. That's what all this is. This is, oh no, we've made a huge mistake. Girl bossing is not fulfilling like we thought it would be. We don't want to be alone, but we dare not admit it. That's where we are.
Okay.
Because I, last year, got divorced, moved back to my hometown. The divorce was my fault. I didn't want to get divorced. So I was heartbroken. I was living on my own. I was working from home. Most of my friends have moved on. There's not much going on in this town. So I was super lonely and super in pain. The emotional pain felt physical. So I think
Okay, so far we understand. This is an older woman compared to the first women. Don't know how much older, but yeah, she's probably slightly older, isn't she? The divorce was her fault. Okay, some honesty, some nice honesty, yeah? Now here are two sides of the coin. Do women have that perspective of having a boyfriend, having a man being lame? When they're young, they assume they have all these options so they can make having a boyfriend's so lame. Wow. And having a girlfriend's expensive. For no reason. But okay, whatever. But it's not all roses, is it? Is it? So let's hear what sort of mess this woman's made of her life. I mean, not saying she's made a mess of her life, but she sort of has, hasn't she?
She's totally made a mess of her life. And when she says the divorce was my fault, trust me, we are skipping over whatever that is right there. We just jumped, we yada, yada, yada'd what the divorce was. What does she mean? Does she mean she cheated? Does it mean she filed and that was a mistake? What does she mean by it was my fault? Because honestly, most men, if you tried to make it work, like I said, unless she cheated and totally betrayed him, but in any other way, if she worked and tried to make amends and make it work going forward, then she could, right? Men don't move on and throw a person away or a relationship away the way we do. So it's hard. It's hard to feel sorry. Like, come on, lady, tell me why it was your fault. Don't glaze over that. Like, and then have the audacity to say how lonely you are and everything. Like, go into more how all that is your fault too. Because if the divorce is your fault, then all of this that's happening here is your fault. But what I think the purpose of this is to sort of repackage it so that you feel sorry for her. And she's semi-likable because she's taking accountability, but she's not. She's not.
What did she do? And what is she suffering with now?
out, what you need to do is think of 3 things to look forward to in the short, the medium, and the long term.
Okay.
You could call this the 3-way method, not that kind of 3-way. One thing short term, something dead easy, you're going to do it anyway. Could be something like a cup of coffee that you can have in the morning, going to bed, watching a TV show, something like that.
Pleasure, pleasure, pleasure. She's wrong. Ladies, if you're watching, Think of 3 things that you're grateful for right now. Not 3 ways you're going to have pleasure and comfort going forward. That's not fulfilling. That's like covering it up with a drug or something, you know? Just saying.
Term. Now, I highly recommend a social thing, but everyone's different. I really benefited from joining clubs. So I joined running club, board games club, roller derby, anything that was there, I would just join it. So then I knew every week I had things lined up that were a social thing, I would enjoy it, and it would be a distraction.
Exactly. That's what I was going to say. It sounds like you're distracting yourself from something. From what? Oh, from your loneliness, from your singledom. It's self-imposed. I mean, she caused it herself, didn't she? So,
Yep.
yeah. I mean, it sounds like cope, doesn't it? It sounds like a lot of cope. Oh, I'm coping with the gaps and emptiness in my life.
Yep.
You see, it's a contrast compared to the first women, isn't it? Some could say different location, waffle. I don't believe so. I believe a lot of women can say what they say when they assume they have the options that they think they have.
Yes.
They can
Replicant Fish he does very good analysis on us. He really does. That's one reason I'm covering this video, because I think you can learn a lot from him about women. He does a good job.
afford to disregard men because they believe men are always going to be there.
Right.
Yeah, good luck.
And whatever I was feeling, I knew I'd at least feel different when I
I
went
feel
to
something.
And those
Hey.
things massively helped.
Feelings.
Because what happens is you look forward to something, it gets you through, then that thing happens and it is enjoyable. So then your brain's like, oh, maybe I can make decisions that help myself.
Just make sure you're getting enough dopamine hits and do all this and distract yourself and wake up one morning and you're 50 and you're still alone. You're not dealing with your issues, woman. That's the problem about not taking accountability. If you don't take accountability, then you have no way of improving your situation because, it just happened to me. It just happened. But it didn't, did it? I'm sorry. I'm picking up the accent. My one side of my family's all from England. I'm not trying to have the affect, but she is just distracting herself from the mess she has made. She's just waiting for her life to get better. And that's just not how life works. The great thing is when you take accountability, you actually have some kind of a power over what your life is. And that's interesting because isn't that where we're just like, I want to be independent. I want to be this, that, and the other. How can you be that at all, even in the ways that we should be, if you're not taking the accountability for how you got in the situation you got in? You can't get out of it if you don't take accountability for getting in it. And that's what we see here. She's just teaching other women to cover up any kind of pain that you've caused yourself. I don't see her thinking about, her ex. And it sounds like, she probably messed up his life too. But, he's just invisible now, completely doesn't exist.
Okay.
And help myself to be safe. And you get out of this, like, everything is terrible mindset, right? So one thing long term, I found it helpful to write lists of these things. So for me, for example, next year, my little brother's getting married and my mum's turning 70. They are things that I know are meaningful and I'm looking forward to, and I know I will get there and be glad that I've stuck around.
This is why I understand why modern women are confused on the internet. They would be confused AF, wouldn't they? They hear all this advice from all these modern women and it's like, are these women even telling you, giving you good advice? Or they're just giving you various methods of cope? That's what it seems like, doesn't it? Various methods of cope to deal with some BS that they probably caused. Again, I'm not saying men don't do bad things. Come on. No, but I'm saying, come on. It's not all one-sided. But because a lot of women lack accountability, they've just created, millions and millions of methods of coping with
Chaos.
Bullshit.
their nonsense. Oh yeah, women can say having a boyfriend is lame and trash. But I mean, is she sort of projecting the sort of woman she is deep down?
For them, basically. So, yeah, one thing short term, one thing medium term. This finger's doing. One thing long term.
Practice. Okay, I'm going to slow it down because obviously there's music in the background, but Perth, when you sit alone for an hour, not one man approaches you. My God, look at that. Here we have a woman engaging in said activities. I mean, she's out there, isn't she? She's out there. She's touching grass, isn't she? She can't even get any grass stains, can she? No, no. Men aren't even giving her attention to even try get grass stains. Yeah, she wants to be a dirty modern woman, but she can't. No man's trying to help her.
Suck it.
But seriously, that's not a joke. It sort of is, but you get the point. Here we have an example. Clearly we can see there are men there, but just because men are there doesn't mean they're going to pay you attention, does it? Again, my point. Sometimes it seems like women have this sort of air of, again, superiority because
even though, new generations come along, things get passed down. And something that got passed down all the way, since the boomers and before, is that we've taken men for granted, that they would pay attention to us, that they would provide for us, that they would go and perish in a war for us. They have been taken advantage of throughout the generations. And the picture of this woman right here is the result of that. Because men are waking up and they know they're not appreciated. They're not respected. They're not appreciated. So why are they going to walk over here? When they look at her now, when they look at this woman, they don't see a beautiful woman anymore. They see a snake, a viper. And so, like I said in the beginning, men can only take so much. So an attractive woman doesn't mean the same thing it used to mean. They're tired of being taken for granted. And so the last thing they're going to do is walk over, pay you compliments, buy you a drink, ask you for your number and get like a fake number, or get made fun of, or whatever. It's way better just spend time with your guy friends. Let her sit there alone. This is something that we have created, ma'am.
as they assume men aren't going anywhere. Men are automatically thirsty bastards. Are you going to want a woman? Look at me, I'm a random woman. You want me, don't you? Do you? Do you? Please, please.
Yep.
And we have occasions like this where you have lovely modern women. We can't see how she looks, but I mean, we get the point. An hour, men probably even barely looked at her, let alone came to talk to her.
Right. Nope.
I mean, okay, we can't tell how she looks from her feet. Some men can. Some of you feet dudes I still don't understand you dudes, but whatever. So, okay, but still no men approached. Interesting.
I can't be the only one who feels this way about dating. I feel like more and more people are settling for being chosen. Now, let me elaborate on what I mean. I feel like the dating landscape, especially in London, is so bleak that people are willing to forgo the bare minimum just to be chosen. So that means that they will go with the partner that is not going to listen to them, that is maybe going to disrespect their boundaries, that maybe doesn't even want to talk to them during the day.
A man who doesn't want to be controlled by you, you mean. When they say, listen, he doesn't listen. It's like he doesn't agree with me. He doesn't respect my boundaries. He doesn't do what I think he should do. Who cares about his boundaries, right? This is exactly one of those women who's like, it's cool to be alone. I am single by choice. And the women who usually complain about, it's just about being chosen, or who call me a pick-me or whatever, it's usually because, hey, you didn't get picked or chosen by the man you wanted to get picked or chosen by. And you think that anybody on your level is settling. And so you're going to have this reaction. It's a cope and it's a lie.
Maybe this is why the first woman said what she said, because maybe so many people settle that they barely even give props to the person that they're with.
Ungrateful.
I don't rate this person. I rate him 1 star out of 5.
Acknowledged.
But at least I have him. Yeah, interesting. I mean, it's a sort of modern perspective, isn't it? At least I have someone. Blah.
Because people don't appreciate anything anymore. You're not grateful. At least I have someone. I'm sorry. I know I sound like an old person, very old-fashioned, but 100 years ago, you're very, very grateful to have someone. And honestly, if they get someone they don't feel they've settled for, they get sick of it. They're not going to always think, oh, wow, I got a great one. Because we're all human and we all make mistakes. And these women are not used to thinking that they're going to have to compromise, that they're going to have to forgive, that they're going to have to do anything. They don't want to give or offer anything. If they do, then they think that, oh, I've got some kind of defective man. Like he's supposed to make your life just perfect and make you feel like a princess all the time. And you can do whatever you want. If you want to stay home, if you don't want to stay home, if you want to have kids, if you don't want to have kids, those are your boundaries. Men are sick of it and they've had enough.
Blah. No offense, but I personally think that's lame. I think that's lame. I don't think having a boyfriend or a girlfriend, depending on who you are, I don't think that's lame. No, I think the whole, I have someone at least, even if they're treating me like absolute crap, like some fresh manure and doo-doo. Never. At least I have somebody. Oh no, I think those people are lame. Like, no offense. I understand some people need to have somebody, but no, F that. You want to...
There's plenty of good men out there. There's lots of them. He might be 5'6", he might be 5'7", he might make an average income. That's still a good man if he's got good character. But if you're not choosing that, if you're not, entertaining that type of man at all because he doesn't make enough money or he's not tall enough or whatever, how can you can't really complain if you've chosen one of the ones, which is a fewer amount, who is going to treat you badly. Because most men are not going to treat you badly. But unfortunately, most men are invisible to you. And tons of them, you've become invisible to them because this type of attitude. I don't think men should have to take it. I don't.
Be with this person, I understand that. It makes perfect sense. But you'll settle for anyone just for the sake of it? No. No, thank you. No, thank you. Because, anything will...
I think if anybody's settling for someone just for the sake of it, it's some of the men. Because it's like, well, if I want to have a wife or I want to have a family, I guess I'm going to have to accept a certain amount of feminism. It's coming with it. It's part of the package. It is. Even the ones that you think, no, they're traditional and they're in church. Really? Well, they've got tattoos and they've got piercings and they've got a body count and they've got a career and they've got an attitude. But hey, they've got long hair and it's curled and they say, oh, he's the head of our family. No, he's not. He's not. You're not going to let him. Only going to follow him when you agree with him. And that is not what it is. So if anyone is settling, it's the men. It's not women. If women think they're settling, it's because they chose some felon. You didn't settle. You went with some... You actually chose one of the losers, and then you're complaining. Please, we need to do better.
Don't do, really. You have too much respect for your damn self.
To this day!
Just because it feels safer to be chosen than it does to remain single. And I just think it perpetuates this bad behavior in the dating space. Does anyone else feel this way? Let me know your thoughts.
No, I agree. This is why simps don't help out other men, because simps just lower the F out of a bar. Simps, what bar?
Yep.
What bar? I'll do anything for you, woman. Yep. Just breathe on me. It's like, for fuck's sake, man.
Yes.
Yes. And I'm not...
Simps settle. And they try to appease the woman and make her happy constantly. And there's so many men, especially in the church, that think that that's their job, to make her happy. And because we've had generations of that, you have women here that if a man isn't doing that, well, then you're settling just to have someone.
I'm joking. I'm literally... There's some dudes out here that continually lower the bar for other men, and it's ridiculous. Thankfully, a lot of men have learned. They've learned their lesson. They've got enough backbone to understand, hey, yo, bro, you don't have to be this dude. You don't have to be this dude, man. This chick clearly don't like you. Just move on.
You don't have to take it. You don't have to.
Yeah, I do blame people on one hand for that. I blame a lot of people for that. Keep settling for crap. That's why we have so much damn crap.
God forbid a bitch just want to be loved. A bitch just want to be loved.
Easy.
A bitch just want to be loved. God.
You don't need to get so angry about it, do you? But then again, you are, aren't you? Yeah, you are.
Does a porcupine want to be cuddled? Might not. have a lot of volunteers to do that.
It's okay. We understand. We understand. A vast difference to the first chick. Yeah? That's because obviously it's a different woman. But no, it's a vast difference, isn't it? And it's like when you see the spectrum from both sides, and you see it through the middle as well. The women that saying, "Oh, I'm too good to settle for a modern man. I'm too amazing. I'm a boss bitch as a modern woman." Blah. Okay, sure. Then you have women in the middle who may have, been through something serious, a few serious things, and it may have been their mistake as well. They may have been the problem and issue. So they have some regrets, and they're single and lonely now. Then you have women on the other side who barely even get as much attention as they'd want. They just want a man to actually love them. They just want a boyfriend for once. Yeah. Because a lot of these women waffle. Some of these women have never had a proper stable boyfriend. It's like, damn, that's actually kind of sad. I mean, you waffle a lot, but you've never had a boyfriend. Really, you sound like Taylor Swift's new album. But whatever.
One of the reasons, if there are any women watching, if you're like, I've never had a boyfriend, I don't know. The thing about it is you have to show him warmth. Be friendly, right? Men are so not used to friendliness and warmth. And he is not, if you're an average woman and you're looking at an average man and you kind of want it to work out, he is going to be quite shy about it. So you have to show him warmth and friendliness, especially if, looks isn't where you shine as much. Warmth, friendliness, especially if you are, semi-fit, goes a long way. But you can't just sit there and wait for him to do everything. It just doesn't work that way. You have to risk something too.
Yeah. Again, it's always different perspectives, isn't there? Men are lame. Having a boyfriend's lame, okay. This woman can't even get herself a lame boyfriend. The irony.
God forbid this shit.
Sure she
God
can.
forbid I want to love. I ain't got to ask for, beg for, plead for. I ain't got to run somebody ass down and hit them with the front end of my fucking car. God forbid, bitch, I just want to be loved the right way. Bitch, I just
The right way. Did you catch that?
want you to act right. Bitch, I just want you to act like you got some motherfucking sense, hoe.
Oh,
God forbid.
easy.
I'm finna crash out today.
You did.
Yeah.
As a man to say they've lost the plot, it's like to say they're scrambling. They're scrambling for their points and perspectives. It's like, what do you mean? I thought you were decentering men. So why are you crying about being lonely? It doesn't make sense, does it? Seems like it's just for attention, doesn't it? Yeah? The world is yours. Have.
It's a cope. It's just a cope. Of course it is. It is us spazzing out because we got what we wanted and it is not good for us. And so we've got to figure out how to sort of get out of this thing that we've created for ourselves. Like that lady that was sitting there and she's like, oh, the divorce was my fault. We're trying to get out of this situation that we created for ourselves without admitting that we created it for ourselves. Saying, I don't really want you. God, I wish I had a boyfriend. Nobody can treat me right. Why am I alone? And like Replicant Fish said, it doesn't make sense. No, it really doesn't. And the thing that's so frustrating is that why don't we see that we're not making sense? I don't understand how we can have this level of cognitive dissonance. I know I'm a woman saying that I don't understand how we can have it, but I do understand that we're very good at it. Two conflicting thoughts in our minds, a lot of which does not pair with reality. So if you think you're going crazy, it's not you guys. For the most part, it is not you guys. And it's totally understandable that you've had enough of it, that you're just not gonna, it's like when you're playing a game and you're like the other person's cheating or changing the rules constantly or being nasty while you're playing the game like Monopoly, right? And you're like, I don't want to play anymore. I don't have to play. And the other person you're playing with is like, but you do have to play. But you have to play my game. You have to play my game. You have to date me. You have to marry me. You have to provide for me. No, you don't. No, you don't. And it's taken this long, but there are boomer men that get it now. There are Gen X men that get it now. And with these generations, the younger you go, the more they know you don't have to play anymore. When the other side is cheating, making it unpleasant. I don't mean cheating like in a relationship. I mean when you're playing like a game, like a board game. You don't have to play anymore. You can walk away from it until they want to play nicely, And that's the only thing that will correct it. Because, unless you were to start using force, but we don't really want a sort of a Sharia law here. So it's like you got to do a boycott and never, ever beat yourself up because you don't want to have to deal with all of that. You don't have to put her on a pedestal. You don't have to, grovel at her feet. You don't have to be the one that accepts all the blame and takes all the responsibility. You don't have to do that. And men are finally waking up to that. For generations, all through the 20th century, it got worse and worse and worse. And that's how we got here. And turns out that women don't like what they've created for themselves. But unfortunately, we just expect you guys to fix it. We have to fix it. So we're still waiting. In the meantime, protect your peace. Feed your souls. I love you guys. And I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye.